Charles Kennedy is duly elected the leader of the Liberal Democrats.
Charles Kennedy was just 39 when he took over from Paddy Ashdown. He'd entered Parliament 16 years earlier.
I pledge to you today that I'm going to stand up above all else for social justice. We have to give voice to the disadvantaged and dispossessed, because those voices are not being heard by New Labour, that's for sure.
Charles Kennedy was brought up in the Scottish Highlands in the shadow of Ben Nevis. A home full of music, but politics was his love. His father, Ian, a crofter by trade, composed a special tune when his youngest son became a Social Democrat MP in 1983. A crisis within the SDP soon catapulted Charles Kennedy to the fore. The party that had once vowed to break the mould of British politics was itself in trouble. Kennedy led the calls for a merger with the Liberal Party. He negotiated much of the successful deal and, in the process, fell out bitterly with the SDP's leader, David Owen. With Paddy Ashdown now at the helm, Charles Kennedy enjoyed his newfound status as leader-in-waiting. A love of the odd tipple, coupled with his many television appearances, brought him the nickname Chat Show Charlie.
Please welcome Charles Kennedy.
Shows like this did little to bolster his reputation as a political heavyweight, but brought the one thing all politicians crave: public recognition. And when Ashdown stood down in 1999, Charles Kennedy was a popular choice to succeed him. He had, though, a very different relationship with New Labour. No more meetings of the Joint Cabinet Committee. Instead, Charles Kennedy attempted to reposition the Liberal Democrats as a radical, independent third force in British politics.
The Liberal Democrats are nobody's poodles, but we're not Rottweilers either. We don't savage on command. That's the old politics.
More Lib Dem MPs joined the Commons after the 2001 election, and 2 years later, another coup, the capture of Brent East in a by-election. Fairer, higher taxation and more public spending remained the policies, joining the single currency a key aspiration. But some hallowed Lib Dem dreams were jettisoned, Kennedy dismissing proportional representation as unachievable. And he risked isolating his party when he led the attacks on Tony Blair over Iraq.
Every measure of public opinion does show that people are not persuaded as to the case for the course of action being followed. Now, why does the Prime Minister think that remains the situation? Thank you very much.
But Charles Kennedy's stamina for the fight started to be questioned. His gaunt appearance at the Lib Dem Spring Conference in 2004 shocked commentators. He'd lost weight, he was sweating profusely. With his unique style and personality, he'd steered his party to its greatest electoral success. But many will regret the potential Charles Kennedy showed in his early groundbreaking days remained unfulfilled.